If you haven't heard already, TikTok feeds are blowing up right now over the infamous pink sauce. It's a homemade pink colored condiment by Chef Pie, a TikToker and private chef. She has been selling this sauce for $20 a bottle with claims that it's made out of dragon fruit, sunflower seed oil, chili honey, and garlic. So for weeks, influencers and fans alike waited for their bottle to be shipped all over the United States to try the mysterious new sauce. After going viral in June for the hot pink sauce, she began selling it, which is when the mayhem ensued, from open and bloated bottles to misspelling of the word vinegar to confusion over expiration and preservatives, and what seemed like the chef's own admission to not knowing what the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, is. Needless to say, reactions were a mixed bag when consumers finally received their sauce, mostly erring on the side of caution based on several red flags surrounding the product, including unregulated ingredients, poor packaging, poor presentation. Some packages even arrived with rotten products in Ziploc bags. This controversy led me to do this video about selling food from home and home businesses that are in the food space, to bring your awareness to how strictly regulated food sale is, and knowing these laws is of utmost importance if you want to dive into this business. A lot of people scrutinize Chef Pie for selling food over the internet. I want to make it clear that selling certain foods from home is not illegal, as long as you meet the standards of food safety laws in your state, as well as what's outlined by the federal government. However, mass production of food on a commercial level, you must do your due diligence to prevent running into legal concerns. When producing any food on a national level shipped across the United States, failure to do so, the internet, the FDA, the USDA, the Department of Agriculture, they will all come for you. Before we get into the background of this situation, let me introduce myself. My name is Miriam Greenwich, and this is The Legal Code. And on this channel, we discuss a wide range of legal topics so that you can be informed and you can know what's going on, and so that you avoid any legal pitfalls. So if you like that sort of thing, don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share with anyone else you think will find value. Also, I am a real life attorney, so if you would like the opportunity to meet with me, to speak to me, to troubleshoot areas that you may be having, there is a link in the description box. Now, without further ado, let's talk about this pink calamine lotion that's being sold all over the internet. So how this all started. So videos go back into June, where we saw Chef Pie on her account pouring this pink sauce over different foods like Popeyes, fried chicken, chicken wings, tacos. The sauce can seemingly go on anything. Naturally, with any viral trend, people wanted to know what it was all about, what it tasted like. And in one of the videos, she even received over 11 million views, showing her making the sauce, in which looks like her home kitchen, without any glove, might I add. So she began shipping this product because it became a sensation. She began shipping in as early as July 1st, selling out over 700 bottles. Once people began getting their orders, some received bottles that had exploded inside the bag. Others claimed they got sick after consumption. People began doing reviews as a result on the Pepto-Bismol-like sauce, with many describing it as sweet, watery ranch. There was also confusion as to why the pink sauce color had changed from customer to customer. I mean, it would vary as in terms of the opaqueness of the pink. The active ingredients also led to confusion. Milk was listed, but there was no preservatives or ice sent with the bottle to keep it at the right temperature. Vinegar was also misspelled, written as vinegar, without the E. It also claimed to have servings of 444 servings, which is ridiculous and impossible. Some people say it was the angel numbers were just adding charm and to be funny, but this is food. This is a serious topic. People also know that some of the bottles contained watery pink sauce appeared to be bloated, which could be a sign that there was some sort of bacterial reaction occurring because of the gas production.
I say my chicken nuggets just for this shit. Now I gotta put my shit in the air fryer to heat them back up. I could have ate them, but this shit was hot. No, ma'am. No. Look at this. I'm holding my breath like a motherfucker. Oh my God. Look at that! It don't even say pink sauce on this bitch. Oh my, it's gone. There's nothing else in here. Like, it's gone. Oh my God. You're done. Wind it up. I can't even stop the video. Please, come. Turn this off. Pink sauce is canceled.
Naturally, people wanted answers, like where and how she was making the sauce and if it was safe to eat. Why people needed to ask this is beyond me. The first thing to know about food law is that the regulations vary depending on where you are. Rules in the US are different from rules in the European Union, for example. If you live in the US, you would need to follow what's known as the cottage food laws. Cottage food laws, or selling food from home, are regulated by laws that vary in each state, no matter what state. They usually place limits on the type of food that you can sell from your home in order to protect the public from foodborne illnesses. Understanding this is important to the survival of your business and vital to not getting fined or slapped with a lawsuit. America, the land of the free, but also the land of many laws, thank goodness, aim to protect the public. Public health is a serious concern, which is why cottage laws, which are the laws that deal with selling food, prepared food from residential kitchens, are in place. These laws will help avoid serious health risks, such as food poisoning, foodborne illnesses, outbreaks, by making sure home cooks follow and adhere to appropriate protocol and food safety handling. The thing with food made in home kitchens is that they are not supervised, hence the need for licensing, permits, or certification, and limitations on the kinds of food that can be prepared. It's legal, but there are limitations. The good news is that it's not illegal to sell food from home. Anyone who wants to start this business can do it as long as they follow the laws and know how to sell homemade food legally. Here is what you need to know. As a food seller from home, you need to have a food handler's permit. This is a permit be given to you once you have completed a training course that deals with food handling and temperature and all of that stuff, so you know how to prepare food without contamination. So home-based food sellers cannot offer food that requires refrigeration. This should seem obvious, but it's not. This is because foods in this category are more prone to contamination that will cause foodborne illness. Know that cottage food laws usually allow only food products such as baked goods, sauces, candies, popcorns, jams, jellies. I'm not going to list everything, but you get the idea. Also, cottage food laws only permit food sales to individuals at a yard sale or a farmer's market. This means you should not be selling your food to restaurants and big business establishments or over the internet. As a food seller, it is your responsibility to also label your foods legibly, as well as clearly state that the product is made at home. This also means that you should let consumers know through the label that the food has not been inspected. So as you can see, this is just a tip of the iceberg of how much needs to go into your business. There also is a limit on sales. The amount will vary by state, but if your business took flight and you're earning more than you expected and beyond the limits set by state laws, you may need to comply with commercial food manufacturing laws. I know I said a mouthful, so let's refresh. If you're selling your food from your home, you're required to have a handler's permit or a card, also called food and safety certificate. You can obtain this permit by completing the brief training course, online or in person, that will test your knowledge of food safety, handling, contamination. And if you have an assistant, that person will also have to complete this course and receive a food handler's card. There is also a limit to the kinds of food you can sell from your home business. If you're unsure, here are 3 things to keep in mind. Food must be shelf stable, and food must not require heating, and it must not require refrigeration. Anytime it requires refrigeration and heating, you will need a commercial license to distribute it. And you will run into trouble if you try to sell this product online to the public without a commercial license. In general, you can only prepare and sell low-risk foods, which include dry goods, like I mentioned before, chips, popcorn, granola, jams, baked goods, things that have like some level of preserves in it, coffees, teas. This list is limited to foods where there is not a history of foodborne illness, and the nature and product makes the possibility of illness less likely. Not to say there's not a risk, but it's less likely because these foods are less compromised with varying temperatures. I know what you must be thinking. This is such a small list. Yes, you're right. So what if you're selling hot or cold foods? Well, you are out of luck in terms of getting a home business license permit, but you will just have to apply for a commercial food license. You cannot continue operating if you're in the situation as if you're just a home-based business selling these sorts of products. Food labeling is also really important. Proper labeling of your homemade goods is really vital and required to contain the following: ingredient lists, predominance by weight, net quality of contents, processor name, and full address. Also, all allergens such as eggs, milk, fish, shellfish, soybeans, peanuts, tree nuts, wheat must be clearly identified if the product contains these in the ingredient list. It should also state that the product is made from a home kitchen. I recommend that processors add a phrase like made at home XYZ, or made in the home kitchen of XYZ, or made in a home kitchen. You just add that to your label in addition to the label requirements I mentioned before in regards to the ingredient list. You have to be as accurate and detailed when it comes to labeling the products. For instance, some states do require small-scale food entrepreneurs to list down the seller's name, city, and zip code on the label. I'm sure you've seen that in artisan products that are sold. There's also revenue limits based on your areas. Since your kitchen creations belong to cottage food categories, this means that the business is meant to be small. With that being said, cottage food laws put limits to sales volumes per year. So if your business is doing well, thank God, but also you have to now expand into commercial licenses. So if you find yourself hitting beyond the limit, that's good news. There are cottage food sellers that have had success and branched out to better opportunities and commercial sales. So don't look at it as a negative. Just look at it as a positive and do your due diligence and elevate to the next level. What is prohibited from home selling? Items where there is legitimate food safety concerns, including products where there is no pathogen kill step, products which have been implicated in outbreaks, products considered temperature controlled for safety, or potential hazardous foods, among others, are not allowed to be made in an unlicensed and uninspected facility, aka your home kitchen. Therefore, the pink sauce will likely fall under this gamut, because if you look at the ingredients list, we have sunflower oil, we have vinegar, we have, what else is in there? Dragon fruit, she claims. Fruit has been linked to outbreaks. So this, along with the other things on the list that are not permitted to be sold from home kitchens, like buttercreams, cream cheese, frosting, anything containing eggs or dairy. In her list, she had milk, but then she changed it to dry milks. Products containing alcohol, meat, fish, poultry. You get the gist. Food that, when exposed to the elements for any amount of time, become compromised because of the bacteria. So any business that sells these sorts of foods need a food processing establishment license or a commercial license of some sort. The name of it will vary across states. Now, when you get into commercial licenses, it is way more complicated. Food preparation on a mass scale is very regulated by state and federal governments, and food needs to be prepared in a commercial kitchen designed with a construction requirements that encompass everything from handling to preparation and storage, proper temperature control. Also, you have to consider proper workplace temperatures, not just where the refrigerated units are, but the area where the food is prepared. Commercial kitchens must also be registered with the FDA before you start selling. And you can find more information on the FDA website. The Food and Drug Administration sets the standards. So let Chef Pie know, like, they set the standards for how businesses must handle food, how they must handle, sell, serve food, along with OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, among others. So let her know they don't just regulate drug administration, they also regulate food. So if you're thinking about opening a food business, there are many regulatory requirements. I know I sound repetitive, but it's just to give you the idea that this is not a small feat. This is a very ambitious product. So I want you to be as aware as possible that you have to do your due diligence. It's not for the faint of heart, or for someone who just wants to dabble in it, or for someone who thinks they're a good chef and that they can provide food on a mass scale. In short, don't move forward on this idea without the benefit of professional advice from people who can actually speak to you about your particular situation. Of course, everything gone through in this video is just a limited list. It's minimal information to run your food business. We'd be here all day if we listed everything that you must know. But we would recommend having a proper read of the cottage food laws on the website. I'll link it below. And for more details, you can also check with your specific state as to how they regulate food. Also, the FDA and OSHA are your friends in this sort of venture. They're not a punitive entity if you're doing the right thing. So reach out to them for guidance and for consultations, and ask them to do a site visit. They are more than happy to. I mean, you could have a compulsory site visit, or you can have a volunteer site visit. Have them come in and give you some guidance, because preparing food for the public is a whole different ballgame. As to the pink sauce, best practices at this point would be to consult with an attorney to do damage control, because we don't know the harm that she has caused the public for the 800 or more recipients that have received this unregulated product. She is likely to get a call from the FDA, OSHA, Department of Agriculture to shut her down if she's not shut down already. Also, there might be a few lawsuits because of food poisoning, because of failure to prepare and package this product appropriately. But as consumers, be sensible. I mean, buying a pink sauce over the internet in this 95-degree heat wave? Come on, be sensible. Be sensible about where you buy your food, especially if you're buying it from the internet, especially a product of this nature that's a creamy nature. This also goes for skin products. Anything that you consume that goes into your body, that you eat, that you put on your body, you should practice the utmost due diligence and purchase it from credible sources, because the effects can be irreversible if you're harmed because of this product. So be sensible. Let me know your questions. Let me know if you know anyone who has tried the pink sauce, if you've tried the pink sauce, if you think it's over for Chef Pie, what do you think the end result will be? Let me know, and thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.